Hi everyone, this is AJ. I am making a video on a gentleman by the name of Tariq Nasheed. I don't even know where to start to talk about this diabolical human being. When I first started seeing his face pop up on my YouTube feed, and I, s- I heard Vicky Diller talk about him on her platform, so I took upon myself to go research his name, and I clicked on one of his videos and started trying to watch it, and immediately it turned my stomach. I felt like I was listening to a used car salesperson, and I could not stomach more than a few minutes of that video before clicking away. But I have tried my very best not to think about this diabolical human being. When I think of this gentleman, I would like to know what is his nationality and what is his race, because he does not have any tendencies of a ADOS or African American. So I would kind of like to see what his DNA test results reveal, because when I think of this individual who has no limit to how low he will stoop, I recently heard on Michi X video that this diabolical psychopath wants to raise $7 million to build a hidden color museum, I believe. Let me repeat that again. This diabolical psychopath, who reminds me of Ted Bundy, wants to raise $7 million to build a hidden color museum. With all the suffering that is going on in the African American community and ADOS community, this diabolical human being can fit his mouth to ask to raise $7 million. And lo and behold, the brain dead people who are listening and following him probably will donate the money. And that is beyond comprehension. But I want to make it very clear that you are looking at the face of a diabolical psychopath with the tendencies of Ted Bundy. For this human being to ask to raise $7 million to build a museum when our children are going without food in their stomach, clothes on their back, a decent home in a decent environment, to remove them from the hoods and projects and ghettos. This sorry human being had the audacity to stand up and ask to raise $7 million. $7 million could help a lot of families get out of the projects, ghettos, and hoods. But is he raising money to help families get out of the projects, ghettos, and hoods so we can try to save the lives of many babies and children who are being forced to grow up in ghettos and projects and hoods? No, he is not asking for that money to build homes for families so they can leave the projects. My mom worked 2 and 3 jobs to get us out the projects because she understood very clearly that in order for her children to have a chance at life, she had to put them in a better environment. So she worked those 2 and 3 jobs and started buying her first home in 1971. She lived long enough to pay off her home way before the good Lord called her to the other side. So when I think about how sorry this person is, I can't begin to try to put it into words. All I can tell you is any person or human being walking around on two legs that is listening to and following this individual, you need to ask yourself, what has this individual brought to my life that is meaningful? What has this individual brought to my life that's worth time off of my life that I give to him by watching and listening to him? What is this human being an honest person? Is this human being a God-fearing human being? I heard about how you ripped off people when you scheduled a conference and made them wait 2 hours and then didn't even have the decency to feed them a meal, a decent meal after making them wait for 2 hours. You, Tariq Nasheed, have no scruples. I can't even begin to tell you how disgusting you are. I'd rather not spend much time off of my life talking about you. I have this video is at 6 minutes, 7 minutes now. That's that's 7 minutes off of my life that I can't get back by talking about you. So I am watching the clock and I am timing myself because I refuse to give you too much of my time off of my life that I cannot get back. Excuse me. Like I was saying, I am watching the clock because I do not want to give you, excuse me, like I was saying, I am watching the clock because I do not want to give you too much time off of my life by talking about you. You are so sorry. I cannot permit myself to give you to waste my valuable time off of my life talking about you. But the human race and African Americans and ADOS need to really look deep within themselves and ask themselves, why are they listening to a human being like you? Why are they letting themselves be scammed by you? Why are you giving this diabolical human being your money? Why are you doing that? Is there something mentally wrong with you inside? Those are the questions you need to be asking yourself if you are donating your hard-earned money to a diabolical human being like Tariq Nasheed. But if you are interested, you can come to this web's page and read about Tariq Nasheed's net worth. From what I have been able to read, what little bit I have tried to read, looks like the gentleman is doing fairly well financially. He has racked in some serious dough over the years, but he still find time to rip off his community, ADOS and African American. That is, if he is ADOS and African American. This sorry human being tried to destroy the ADOS movement that Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore worked so hard dedicating their time and life to building something that the African American and ADOS could understand about their lineage. But this diabolical human being tried his darnest to destroy it. He did everything in his human power to destroy the ADOS movement. And his minions, all of his little minions, was out there spewing this FBA nonsense. That is the most ridiculous thing that a human being could come up with. But you have brain dead people out there proudly announcing, I am FBA. I am FBA. What in the heck does FBA represent? It does not have a foundation for the lineage of ADOS, African Americans brought here by slave masters. So how in the world was he able to pull the wool over on so many people to make them and convince them to agree with his diabolical thinking that our lineage comes from FBA? Well, I took upon myself, I read most of this article about Tariq Nasheed. You can, if you have the time, maybe you can come over here and read the article for yourself. But I took upon myself to look up one of his books, The Art of Macking. So I took myself over to Amazon and decided to research his book. And I said, let me try to read some reviews on this book. I could not seem to get to more than 2 reviews about this book. So I'm not really able to understand what type of reviews the book has received. I really am not too concerned or interested in finding out how many people like the book, but I was curious and I tried to research it on Amazon, but I have not been able to get to more than 2 reviews, so I don't know why only 2 is coming up, but that is the case. So you can just come over here to Amazon and do some research for yourself. Decide for yourself if this human being is bringing value to your daily life. Is he worth time off of your life to listen and invest your hard-earned money in? That's your decision. Only you can make that decision. You need to do your research, gather your facts, and come to your own conclusion. But from where I stand, for a human being to stand up and let fit his mouth to ask for $7 million, that is without a doubt a diabolical psychopath, Ted Bundy, Tennessee human being walking around on 2 legs. And anybody in his vicinity needs to run in the opposite direction because he is a dangerous human being. But he will continue to have his followers. While I'm at it, let me see if I can look up his channel on YouTube, because I'm sure he has a lot of diabolical followers on YouTube who just love him to death. So let me see if I can get over to his channel and see how many subscribers he have who are taking upon themselves to waste time out of their day to listen to this human being. Okay, I am now on Tariq Nasheed's YouTube channel, and he has 171k subscribers. I guess this is the video that he made that talks about wanting to raise $7 million. The Hidden History Museum. This man is diabolical psychopath. It sure is what his name is on his birth certificate. This is diabolical. Look, read this comment. This is sad. Can you please read this comment that someone left? How pivotal to our community Tariq is. That is the sad condition of the African American and ADOS community. This is contributing to the plight and suffering of ADOS and African Americans. Each and every one of us need to seek mental counseling for the scars that we are bearing. Something mentally had to be wrong with people that can waste time out of their day to support an individual with the character of Tariq, and then take time out your day and leave a comment like this. This is the sad plight of the African American and ADOS community. So I'm not able to get Tariq's channel to come up right now because his channel is raking in somewhere between $341 and $5K, which I'm sure he don't really care because he has made millions and millions off of people already. So he just is mismanaging his money. So all of you die-hard supporters who wants to take your time and money and hand it over to this diabolical human being, I hope you have an emergency fund set up. I hope you are financially secure for retirement. I hope you are financially secured in case something happens to you and you are paralyzed or can't work any longer. I pray to God you have a emergency fund set up to take care of you in case of emergency, because Tariq Nasheed, now he is financially secured. If any type of emergency pops up in his life, he is going to be able to address it. Before I close out my video, I wanted to do a little more research. So I went over to Google search engine and typed in, why are African Americans leaving California? This is an interesting article that I think those who are interested may want to take the time to read, to search for on Google. This right here is very sad that this is the world that we live in. I hope you will have a chance to take time out of your day to come and read this article. It's very enlightening. Must say again that this information is very, very enlightening. This is the life of an African American and ADOS living in this racist country. But we must continue to fight this oppression, build self-empowerment and wealth. No matter how many obstacles, no matter how many obstacles get in your way, continue to drive forward to accomplish your goal. I would like to thank you to watch my I would like for taking the time to watch my video. Good day.